Okay, 13. What is the equation of a line with an undefined slope that passes through the following points? So remember, an undefined slope means that it has to be x equals. If it passes through the following point, that means it has to always be at 5. Okay, same thing over here. It's just going to be x equals negative 4. Okay, 14. The following table gives the indoor temperature in Fahrenheit, in degrees Fahrenheit, of Ms. Grabowski's classroom throughout the morning. Calculate the average rate of change of temperature between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. Round your answer to 2 decimal places. Okay, so if we're going to do 12 and 9, okay, I'm going to do at 9 it is 74, and at 12 it is 66. Okay, so I'm going to do 66 minus 74 over 12 minus 9. Okay, which equals negative 8 over 12 minus 9 is 3. So then I'm going to do negative 8 divided by 3 is negative 2 point, it says round to 2 decimal places, so 67. Okay, so what is the average rate of change? The temperature drops 2.67 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, the next one says between 7 and 10. So at 7, it's 74, and at 10, it's 87. Okay, so I'm going to do 87 minus 74 over 10 minus 7, which equals 13 over 3. Okay, 13 divided by 3 is 4.33. Okay, so here the temp increases 4.33 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, write an equation that would model the following scenarios. Alright, so rent a jet ski costs an initial fee of $25 fee as well as $75 per hour. Let J represent the cost of the jet ski and 8 represent the number of hours. Okay, so the cost, J, equals an initial fee of 25 plus 75 per hour. So I'm going to do 75 per hour plus an initial fee of $25. Okay, and that's all we have to do is just write an equation. So renting a kayak costs an initial fee of $12 fee as well as $7 per hour. K is the cost of the kayak equals $7 per hour plus a $12 fee. Okay, so that's it. Okay, next page. Okay, 16 says graph the following inequalities. Don't forget to shade. Remember, anytime I have an inequality, I have to shade it. Alright, so for 16, alright, you graph it just like it's a line that says equals. So I'm going to write my slope is this number here, which is a 1 over 1. And my y-intercept, my b, is negative 5. So I'm going to go down to 5. Negative 5, go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Okay, now remember, if this is equals to, it's a solid line. And if it's like that, I always have a dashed line. Okay, so this one is going to be a solid line. Okay, then I need to pick a test point. Okay, it needs to be a point that's not on the line. I usually try to pick 0, 0 if it's not on the line. So let's go ahead and plug in 0 is less than or equal to 0 minus 5. So 0 is less than or equal to negative 5. That's false. So if that's false, this was my test point, so I shade the opposite side. Okay, try the same thing with b. So my slope is negative 1 over 1. My y-intercept is 2. So up 2, then I'm going to go down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, and so on. Okay, this is going to be a dashed line since it's just greater than. So it's a dashed line. Okay, and then I'm going to test the test point. 0, 0 is not on my graph, so I can test that. 0 plus 2, 0 is greater than 2, that's false. So I'm going to shade the opposite side of my line. Okay, x is greater than negative 2. So I'm going to graph this just like x equals negative 2. Alright, which remember is a vertical line at 2. Alright, and this is going to be a dashed line. Okay, and I still test 0, 0 even though I'm only going to plug in that. So is 0 greater than negative 2? Yes. So I shade the side that my point was on. Okay, my next one is x equals 4, so that is going to be, oh, here's my problem here. I didn't think that was right. So I'm going to cross this off. I'm going to draw myself a new graph here. That should be at negative 2, my dashed line here. Okay, now I'm going to plug that in, and that is true, I said. So I shade this side. Sorry about that, I just drew my graph wrong. Alright, so here is going to be at x equals 4, and that's going to be a solid line. And I'm going to test my point 0, 0, which is right here. 0 is less than or equal to 4, which is true, so I'm going to shade this side.